Here are 5 super effective steps to reboot your life and make a fresh start. Step number 1. Decluttering. It might be something you already know or feel intuitively. The physical space around us affects the way we feel. Imagine being in nature. Chances are you will feel calmness and serenity in that kind of place. In the contrary, being in a dark, cluttered room will feel totally different. Getting rid of everything you don't need will alter the way you feel. Oftentimes, messiness or clutter distracts and overstimulates our mind, which makes it more challenging to focus on what matters. Declutter your apartment or house, or at least your room. It's a good idea to use Marie Kondo's method of decluttering, according to which we need to keep only those things that speak to the heart and discard all the items that no longer spark joy. If this method is too radical for you, just put everything you don't need into a separate box and set a reminder to check this box a year later. It will be easier for you to see what stuff you actually need and what you are ready to get rid of in 12 months. Step number 2. Make an open loops list. All the tasks we started doing and haven't finished yet, everything we intended or promised to do but put on the back burner. All these kind of activities are open loop activities that sap our energy and attention. Imagine a browser on your computer. The more tabs are open, the slower your computer can become. Closing the open loops is essential in terms of getting a laser focus that you will need to achieve your goals. Here is what you need to do. Take a notebook and write down all the tasks you need to do, everything that is unfinished at the moment and needs your attention. Let it be a giant list if it's necessary, but just write everything down. Your next step is to take action on each of the items on this list. There are 2 options. You either complete the task or decide not to because it's no longer relevant to you. In any case, completing an action or just crossing it off your to-do list because it's not relevant anymore will close the loop, and you will get the mental capacity to focus on more important things again. Step number 3. Write down your goals. Determine the actions you need to take. I recommend setting no more than 3 goals at a time. The fewer goals you set, the more energy you'll have to accomplish what you want. As a big fan of goal settings, I've come to realize that I've been missing the most important part, which is identifying the daily actions I need to take or habits I need to adopt in order to get what I want. That's why I highly recommend identifying what daily actions you need to take to reach the goal you set. Keep in mind that baby steps on a daily basis are underrated. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that you failed if you didn't get the results you want immediately. Step number 4. Think about energy management. Make space for things that fill up your cup. Whenever we set a goal, we need to do something we hadn't done before, which is pretty energy and time consuming process. Time management skills are good, but the thing is we can't produce more time. Whereas it's not the case with energy. Let me explain. We can have a lot of time, but because of the lack of energy, we can end up being totally unproductive. But when we have a lot of energy, we can be extremely productive even if we have less time. That's why energy management is what we need to pay attention to. In order to have sufficient amounts of energy, we need to find time to do things that inspire us and recharge our batteries. And carve out some time for self-care, some naps, physical activity, and leisure. Rest is productive. Oftentimes, pushing harder isn't effective. It's better to step back, have some rest, enjoy some things that nurture us to get back to work with a renewed vigor. Step number 5. Shift your mindset. I can't stress enough how important a mindset is for a fresh start. There are a few things I'd like to outline. It's important to be ready not to see immediate results. As James Clear stated in Atomic Habits book, focus on your current trajectory, not your current results. And one more. To change something in our lives, we've got to do things differently, which will naturally cause a lot of resistance. What helped me release the resistance to doing something challenging and new is bearing in my mind my future self's perspective. Let me explain. Whenever you experience resistance to do things you need to do, ask yourself this question: what would my future self do? And act accordingly. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. See you soon.